What's up, guys? Huntress here with another figure review. Today I have for you another figure from the Mafex Batman Hush line. Today we've got Huntress. Let's get into it. As always, guys, before we get into the figure, we're going to take a look at the packaging. So here is your Batman packaging here for the Mafex line. So you have Batman Hush, the window here showing the figures, some of the accessories. Huntress, Batman Hush version action figure, Mafex, Medicom toys, and the DC logo. Another picture of Huntress right here. And you turn to the side, have another picture of the figure. In the back here, you have different pictures of the figure here, different poses, some of the accessories, different head sculpts, everything. The Mafex, this is number 170 in the line. If I can show you that right there, you go. And then there is the side there. You have another picture of Huntress right there. And there's the top and the bottom with some unreadables there and some warning stuff. And that's that, guys. So let's get into the figure. And guys, before we move on from the packaging, I took the figure out of the box, and I saw this amazing artwork right here from the Hush comics here, man. And it looks great. So you can see Batman and Hush right there, and at the bottom there you see Huntress and Harley Quinn. And if you look a little further down, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up, but there is, I'm not going to be able to show it really, there is Catwoman down there. And then that might be, I think that's Killer Croc down here. I'm not sure. But it is really cool that they put that artwork in the packaging. I don't really recall them ever doing that for any of the other Batman Hush figures. So that's a cool little touch that they did. And it makes the packaging worth keeping around, honestly. Here's the figure where everything comes with it out of the package. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's take a look at the figure itself. And here she is. Helena Bertinelli, aka Huntress. This is another figure from the Mafex Hush line. We've seen a good amount of figures from this line. Majority of them have been pretty great. Batman, Superman, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Hush, and I may be missing one. I know that Poison Ivy's coming out. I feel like I'm missing one. But a lot of figures have come from that line, and most of them have been pretty good. We're going to see exactly how great Huntress is right here. So let's take a closer look at her. So zoom in on that face right there. See how great that is. I think that is a great head sculpt right there. Very highly detailed. Nice paint. No real QC issues. I don't see any real bleeding or anything from it. It's very, very nice. They did a really good job with that sculpt right there. You got the bang coming off the side of the mask right there, coming over the mask. The mask is well sculpted. You got the cross earrings, and this is one of my favorite looks for Helena here, man. It's my favorite Huntress looks throughout her run in the comics and everything. This is one of my favorite looks, and they did a really good job. So look at the back here. There's the back, there's the hair. Sculpted pretty well as well. Let's go out to the front there. So that looks nice. And then you can come down here, and you have the details of her latex suit here. And it is, you see the nice cross there in the shirt. And I take them in spandex. The white and the black looks nice. Obviously, you have a cloth cape here. We will talk about, and this has like these two crescent moons here. Look, they're just glued down to the figure. So I will be careful with that. No telling how good that's going to stay there, depending on how you take care of it. In time, this could, depending on what kind of glue they used, it could come apart, but we don't know right now. But it looks great. It looks nice. And the actual, we'll get to that in a second. Let's move. Matter of fact, let's just move her cape back a little bit so you can see more details here in the figure. So move that back. You can see the sleeves there, and that's just painted on. I wish it was sculpted, but it's just painted, and it's a little sloppy there in the arms right there. So not really a big fan of that. But you come down to the arms here, and You see the little pouches on her arms, the details here on the gauntlets. And you come down to the abdomen here. You have the details of the of her belt here, which is very nice. Right there. It's good. And you come down. Her shorts, they're just black, nothing really special there, but they look cool as well. Come down to the actual leg here. You see she has more pouches and everything on her little leg warmers there, and her little knee pads. And then I love the design of the boots here. That is very, very nice as well. I feel like they will maybe missing a little bit of detail, maybe a little bit of color here. I have to go back and look at the artwork, but the sculpt itself is very, very nice. Also, as the boots, really enjoyed the boots. These are some big boots, big roach stompers right here, but they are very nice and very detailed. Even have the treads and some stuff you don't even see with some import figures. They don't even do this, but she has little treads at the bottom of her boots, which is very nice, very well sculpted. So that is that. Let's take a look at this cape real quick. So let me back up a little bit. There you go. And we're gonna take a look at the cape. This cape, I feel like Mafex has come a decent ways from the first Batman Mafex. I felt that was way too much cape for that figure, and as much as I love that figure, it's so annoying how to mess with that cape sometimes, because the cape, it's more cape than figure almost. It's just the cape just engulfs that Batman. This is well balanced here. I think they did a really good job here with the size of the cape, and it feels nice here. It's a little thin on the thin side. But even have the details here they added for the little white stripe that goes down to of the cape. That is very accurate. I'm glad that they added that. And then you have, obviously you gotta have bending wire, and it's there. So you have bending wire that runs from the top here all the way down to the bottom of the cape, and it's even a line at the bottom, so you can mess around with that however you want to, and you're gonna be able to get a lot of great poses. Having the cape be windswept and everything, so it's very nice right there. They did a good job. I would have loved to have maybe one piece of bending wire going down the middle here, but even when you do that, I see figures that do that sometimes, and it kind of ruins the aesthetic, because the aesthetic of the figure, because the wire is so visible sometimes that the cape poofs out like that a lot, and you can't really put it in. So you know, it's I don't know. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But I think overall they did a really good job here, and aesthetic wise she looks very, very good. Probably one of the best figures they've come out with in this line. As far as looks, they did a very good job, so there you go. Alright guys, now we're going to take a look at articulation. So we're going to start here at the neck. You have a double ball peg here at the top, and you also have articulation here at the base of the neck as well. But you're really not going to get much movement here because of how her hair is sculpted. So you can kind of spin it left and right a little bit. Looking up is just not going to happen, unfortunately. Not with this head sculpt, at least. She can look down fairly well if you use both neck joints. So that's very nice. Let's come down to the shoulders. It's going to be hard to show you here, but you have your hinge here at the shoulder. It can hinge up about that much. You can spin it about that much. So you spin it 360. It's also that you have the ball pit that shoots into the torso here. So you can be able to spin that here freely how you want to. So that's nice. You have your bicep swivel there, which is nice as well. Double jointed elbow here. But it only goes up a little bit past 90, but it's okay, it's fine. Here, if you go back to the torso here, you have your ab crunch. It goes down about that much, and you can move it left and right as well. And then you have a waist articulation here as well. So if you use both of these at the same time, you get a pretty good crunch there. So that's how far you can look down using both. And also, you can spin it here. So you can move left and right and spin, all that good stuff there at the waist. And you have your double ball peg joint here at the at the hips here. So she can do the splits, which is very nice. So it's awesome right there. You can see the double ball joint right here. There you go. And she can kick up about that much. She can kick back about that much before it starts really kicking out because of her cheeks. And then you come back in here, and she does have a little pull down action, you know, there, the import pull down to help you get a little bit more articulation. Put that back up there. Then you have your thigh swivel right there, the perfect place to put it at, which was at the end of her tights here. So there's that. You have a double jointed knee. It's pretty good right there. You can bend that pretty well, so very nice. And then you go down to her ankles here, and you can go hinge back about that much, hinge forward about that much, and then you can also swivel it left and a little bit right. And you know, you gotta have it, folks. I haven't feel like I haven't said this in a while, but you gotta have it. That toe articulation. It's there, baby. So there it is. That is her articulation here. A very standard articulation here for Mafex figures, but it is not a bad thing. She looks the part. She looks great, and her articulation is pretty decent. So you'll be able to get her in some pretty decent poses, which I will show later on in the video. Alright guys, time to get into accessories. So we're going to take a look at everything she comes with. And Huntress comes with 5 different sets of hands, 2 different head sculpts, and then 1 weapons accessory. And we'll get into all that. So let's take a look first at the first head sculpt. We already took a little earlier look at it, but we're going to take a look at it again. And it is absolutely amazing. This is great. They did a really good job capturing the look of how she looked in the comic as well as the animated movie. I love the sculpt, the hair coming off of the mask like that. Very nice. Can't complain there, man. Did a really good job there. And here is the second head sculpt, which is more of an action head sculpt. So angry, gritting, ready to kick ass sculpt here, and it's just as good as the first one. You have the windswept bang and the windswept hair as well. So it's very nice. Love the sculpt of that. Really cool. I would love to have even though I hate when other companies do this, but I would love to have the same head sculpt, but without the hair being swept like that, because there's only so much you can do with that when it comes to taking photos and posing and stuff. When it's, you know, she basically always has to be doing some kind of action thing. So and as nice as it is, it would be great to have a secondary head of the hair just being you know, not swept like this. Or in fact, how about just making the head sculpts swappable? And I don't think we really don't see that in Mafex, but this would have been a good time to make both of these head sculpts swappable in between the 2 hair sculptures. So you being able to trade faces between the 2 would have been very nice. Maybe we'll see that somewhere in the future down the line, but this is kind of what we got right now. But they are very nice sculpts nonetheless. And here's the first of 5 different hand accessories. So here are the fists that she comes with out of the package. And here are a pair of more relaxed hands, but look, they're used to be used for holding something. And something that's missing from this figure, a weapon that's pretty signature to this character. I think this is what this is for, but she doesn't come with it. I'll get into that when we talk about the weapons accessory. And here are another pair of relaxed hands. And here are a pair of gripping hands for holding her bow staff. And here is her final accessory. It is her bow staff. And it's nothing really special about it. It's just white. It's a little teeny bit of detail here. Let me get you a little bit, see if we can get you a little closer. Right there and right there. But that's basically it. This part is probably the most disappointing part of the figure, is that she doesn't really come with any other weapons here, and she's missing her signature weapon, guys. Where is the bow? Where is the crossbow? Huntress is known for using a crossbow and we don't get that with this figure. I'm pretty sure those hands that I showed earlier are for that, but she did not come with it. So what is up with that Mafex? Where is her signature crossbow? Nonetheless, we got one bow. It's the bow staff. But we could definitely need that that crossbow. And I doubt we're gonna see seeing any more Huntress figures for a while. So at least definitely by Mafex. So those are probably our only chance of getting that accessory. Now we got to go to third party people to find a crossbow for uh, for Helena here, and that sucks. But yeah. Alright guys, it is size comparison time. Time to compare Huntress to other figures from other lines. Here she is beside SH Figure Arts Saiyan Race on Earth's Son Goku and SH Figure Arts Kakashi Hatake. Here she is beside Marvel Legends Iron Man and Star Wars Black Series Bo-Katan. And here she is beside Mezco's 1/12th Punisher and NECA's TMNT Raphael. And finally, here she is with two figures from the same line. So this is the Mafex Hush lines, Batman and Catwoman. Overall, Mafex Hush Batman Huntress is another great figure from the line. I love the aesthetics of it. It looks great, nice paint. And the articulation is pretty good as well. No real QC issues with this girl. And obviously, I love the cape compared to the Batman cape, which was like atrocious. Well, I wouldn't call it atrocious, but it's a lot. I think it's definitely a step up from that cape, and I cannot state that enough. But what keeps this figure from being just from being a great figure to being an amazing figure is the fact that it lacks accessories here, guys. There's this figure doesn't really come with much of anything really. You get a couple of hands, two head sculpts, and then the bow staff, and that is about it. And for the price that we're paying for these figures, from $80 going up to all the way up to like $100, $110, that is just not enough bang for your buck. I am sorry, and it really brings this figure down, man. I mean, let's just talk about it here. Huntress does not come with her signature weapon, which is the crossbow. How do you have a Huntress figure without the crossbow? So now people have to go to third-party buyers here, or sellers, I should say, to find a crossbow for this figure. She comes with hands who look like they're obviously meant for the crossbow, but she just does not come with it, and we just kind of just get this plain-looking bow staff, which is fine. But we definitely should have had more weapons and at least one or two more head sculpts as well. Like I said, I mean, it'd be really cool if somehow Mafex get into the face swapping game, because it would have did a lot for this figure to be able to swap the two face plates in between the hair sculpts. It would have did a lot, but it's just not meant to be, I guess. But I do really enjoy this figure. I'm happy to have it in my collection, but is it worth the price? Probably not. I would probably try to wait and see if this figure goes on any type of sale and then pick her up. But how it is at the base price that I paid for this, it's hard to say to go get it, guys, because I mean, you're paying for these import prices, and it should come with more, just how it is, guys. But I do like the figure, and if you are a fan of the Hush Batman line and you have any of the other figures, you're going to be happy to have this one as well, because she fits in. I feel like these figures are getting better and better as more figures come out. So I'm still looking forward to Poison Ivy, and we have Nightwing as well, who was coming out. Yeah, guys, so if you guys like this review, please smash the like button. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel for more figure reviews. I know it's been a while since I really posted anything, had a lot going on in life, but I'm going to try my best to upload more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay gold, everybody. Peace.